I'd like to call the Tuesday, June 19th, 2018 Papillion City Council meeting to order. Mrs. Brown, would you please take the roll?
Florence. Mumgard. Gaines. Glover. Jaworski. Klug. Stubbe. Ingberg.
Would you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? Thank you. And do we have an affidavit of publication on file?
We do.
And a current copy of the Open Meetings Act is posted in the back of the council chambers. We got one presentation tonight. I'd like to invite Laura Swartz up. People are aware she is the new executive director, a year old, executive director of the Papillion Community Foundation. And the Community Foundation is the one that really puts on Papillion Days every year. And wanted to just have you up right after Papillion Days. One, just say thank you. I think from the city's perspective, it was another wonderful event. Heard a lot of great things about the partnership between the civic organizations, the city, and the foundation. So I just want to give you a public thank you for stepping into the role and how it went. But maybe have you share a little bit as well.
Right. I don't really have a formal presentation, but I just wanted to be able to come and say thank you, because without all of you, Papillion Days doesn't happen. I mean, you know, all of you guys have, your staffs are tapped out to do close streets and get trash and run the parade and just all of those things. So none of that happens without all of you guys. So you make my job easy, and I just wanted to let you know that I appreciate it. You know, I think it was a success. You know, there are certainly learning curve on my part, because it's my first one, and we had a few hiccups, but I think most of those were behind the scenes. And you know, just wanted to be here if you guys had any concerns or questions. You know, I'm happy to answer those. I mean, we had pretty much record numbers across the board from Wednesday night through, you know, Sunday, when we had to shut down a little bit early. But, you know, you can't please everybody, but I certainly try. So, again, like without all of you, none of that happened. So just wanted to be able to publicly thank everybody. And if anybody has any questions or anything, you know, I'm happy to answer those.
And I think anything that really happens of significance in the community is all about partnerships, and this is a really important one, so thank you. Mr. Florence.
You know, I was going to say, you did a really fabulous job.
Thank you.
And when I was down there on Friday night, I got to tell you, to see the fireworks, I had to park so many blocks away. I don't know that I've ever seen that many people there. And I was going to ask you, because I was asked, how many people showed up?
Yeah.
Do we have some sort of count?
Well, no, sir, we don't really have a way to track that. That's something I'd like to be able to try to do, hopefully in the future. You know, we don't really have a way to just funnel everybody into one spot, but I will say that I did a lot of driving around and just talking to people who have been to the event in the past. I mean, I've been on the other end of the event, certainly, but from the carnival's perspective, through the vendor fair, through the concert at Sumter Amphitheater, to just, I mean, it was just record numbers across the board. I think we just had the perfect storm. We had good weather. It was hot, but, you know, we didn't have any wet weather or stormy weather. So I know there was no parking.
There was no parking.
And I know that the crowds were packed all the way to the tape down at the soccer fields, close to where they shoot the fireworks off. So, I mean, it was pretty, I wish I had a great number or a way to estimate that number. Hopefully we'll have something coming in the future where we can do that.
Well, nice job.
Well, thank you.
I mean, there are people that do crowd estimation, and of course, over a period of time, it's a really hard thing to do, move them. But I think it was about 5 years ago, and I can't give you the source, but somebody had told us they estimated that Papillion Days generally brought in 60 to 70,000 people over that period of time. Again, I don't necessarily know the source, but I've heard that number a lot, and then to realize we've had records, it's a pretty significant number.
I mean, we have a really good count of how many we had at Sumter Amphitheater on Wednesday night, and that was about 1,600. So,
and that's over, and last year was probably 250.
Yes, sir. Well, last year I think they said they had 754.
750.
So I know that they had a good night in concessions, and both of the food trucks that we had out there were sold out, so that was a good thing. You know, just if you kind of estimate how many people you can put out there, I would say over the 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then most of Sunday was operational. We had a couple of hours where we had to shut down for weather, but I would say 50 to 60,000 would be my estimate.
Thank you again.
Thanks again, everybody. I really appreciate it.
Get some sleep.
I will.
Ms. Myers, Administrator's report, please.
Thank you, Mayor Black. I just want to echo the previous comments and provide a sincere thank you to all the city departments involved in Papillion Days. Again, your cooperation with the Papillion Community Foundation led to a great event. Thank you so much. Also, 2018-19 budget is progressing. Mayor Black, Amber, and I plan to meet with you on the upcoming budget. If you look at your stations, Allie provided you a list of available dates and times. If you could please make your selections on what works best for you if you have your calendars available, and leave those either with Nicole, Amber, or I will get those back to Allie and get those scheduled with you. Also, a quick update on the wastewater agency. We have a board meeting next week. The agency is going to be reviewing the upcoming budget. And to date, Sarpy County has agreed to fund the initial cost for all the legal, engineering, and consulting services. They did that last year and will do it for the upcoming year, so thank you, Sarpy County. Additionally, planning consultant Steve Jensen has scheduled developer meetings to gain some insight on where we expect future development. Those meetings are June 20th and July 18th, both at 9 a.m. at the Sarpy County Boardroom. Again, these meetings will provide some assistance in determining where the first phases of the sewer infrastructure should be located. And then lastly, you should all have Papillion Landing shirts at your locations. Again, thank you, Lori, for providing those. Additionally, Lori and her team will be scheduling a second tour of the Papillion Landing Fieldhouse for Tuesday, July 24th. Again, we would expect significant progress from now and those 4 weeks. So I'll have Ellie send you an invitation as a reminder. So that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you very much. Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda? Motion by Councilman Stubbe. Second by Councilwoman Klug. Do we have any proponents? Any opponents? Council discussion? Please vote.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. Next is item D1, Ordinance 1811, an ordinance to amend the 2017-2018 fiscal budget. Is there a council member that will introduce? Introduced by Councilman Klug. Item E1, Ordinance 1804. An ordinance to amend Article 2, Development Definitions, Article 31, Civic, Commercial, and Office Design Guidelines, Article 32, Industrial Design Guidelines, and Article 37, Signs, of Chapter 205 of the Papillion Municipal Code to create an I-80 sign corridor with corresponding sign regulation adjustments and to clarify the regulations applicable to non-conforming signs. This is a public hearing. I'll open the public hearing. Do we have any proponents? Do we have any opponents? Close the public hearing. Next three items are all related. And again, this is to fix a county filing error at the Register of Deeds for Prairie Queen. Item F1, Ordinance 1809, an ordinance to vacate the final plat for Prairie Queen First Subdivision, a subdivision legally described as lots 1 through 9, Prairie Queen First Subdivision, and to provide for an effective date thereof. The applicant is Jerry Reimer, Prairie Queen LLC. Is there a motion to approve Ordinance 1809? Motion by Councilman Stubbe. Second by Councilman Jaworski. Any council discussion? Please vote.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. Related item F2, Ordinance 1810, an ordinance to repeal Ordinance number 1779 due to an inadvertent error in the previous Prairie Queen meets and bounds legal description, and to replace Ordinance number 1779 with Ordinance number 1810 to correct said legal description. Again, the applicant is Jerry Reimer, Prairie Queen LLC. Is there a motion to approve Ordinance 1810? Motion by Councilman Jaworski. Second by Councilman Ingberg. Any council discussion? Please vote.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. And also related, item F3, Resolution R180084, a resolution to approve a revised final plat for the property legally described as a tract of land located in the northwest quarter of Section 30, Township 14, North Range 12, east of the 6 p.m., Sarpy County, Nebraska, generally located near the intersection of South 132nd Street and Lincoln Road. The applicant is Prairie Queen LLC. Is there a motion to approve Resolution R180084? Motion by Councilman Gaines. Second by Councilman Glover. Are there any proponents? Are there any opponents? Council discussion? Please vote.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. Next two items are also Prairie Queen related. Finish up that development. Item F4, Resolution R180088, a resolution to approve the First Amendment to the Prairie Queen subdivision agreement. Is there a motion to approve Resolution R180088? Motion by Councilman Stubbe, second by Councilman Glover. Are there any proponents? Any opponents? Council discussion? Please vote.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. And also Prairie Queen, item F5, Resolution R180089. This is a public hearing and a vote. A resolution to approve the First Amendment to the Prairie Queen Mixed-Use Development Agreement. I'll open the public hearing. Do we have any proponents? And the applicant is here. And if you'd state your name for the record.
Yep, Laura Brink, 4880 South 131st Street, Suite 3, Omaha 68137. I'm just here to answer any questions, and I will say the mixed-use amendment being requested is to ensure that we had some errors in the agreement to ensure that those errors are corrected so that the agreement ties to the already approved master site plan. So,
Thank you very much. Are there any other proponents? Are there any opponents? I'll close the public hearing. Is there a motion to approve Resolution R180089? Motion by Councilman Jaworski. Second by Councilwoman Klug. Any council discussion? Please vote.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. The next four items are related to the downtown redevelopment, and it is to appoint the F&A committee to the CRA committee. That's the new committee for the redevelopment. But because it's a vote for members of council to be on that committee, instead of doing one big vote and then somebody having to vote for or against themselves, we broke it into individual votes. That way the person being voted on can actually abstain from the vote. Thought that'd be a little bit, might take a little bit longer, but probably a little bit clearer in the process. So we will ask, unless somebody disagrees, that the person being voted on abstains from their own vote. First item, F6, Resolution R180092, a resolution to approve the appointment of Steve Ingberg to the Limited Community Redevelopment Authority. Is there a motion to approve Resolution R180092? Motion by Councilman Jaworski. Second by Councilman Florence. Any proponents? Any opponents? Council discussion? Everyone vote except Mr. Ingberg, who will abstain.
7 yeas, 0 nays, 1 abstention by Ingberg.
Motion passes. Item F7, Resolution R180093, a resolution to approve the appointment of Troy Florence to the Limited Community Redevelopment Authority. Is there a motion to approve Resolution R180093? Motion by Councilman Jaworski. Second by Councilman Mumgard. Any proponents? Opponents? Council discussion? Please vote, and Mr. Florence will abstain.
7 yeas, 0 nays, 1 abstention by Florence.
Motion passes. Item F8, Resolution R180094, a resolution to approve the appointment of James Glover to the Limited Community Redevelopment Authority. Is there a motion to approve Resolution R180094? Motion by Councilman Gaines, second by Councilwoman Klug. Any proponents? Opponents? Council discussion? Please vote, and Mr. Glover will abstain.
7 yeas, 0 nays, 1 abstention by Glover.
Motion passes. And item F9, Resolution R180095, a resolution to approve the appointment of Tom Mumgard to the Limited Community Redevelopment Authority. Is there a motion to approve Resolution R180095? Motion by Councilman Ingberg. Second by Councilman Glover. Any proponents? Opponents? Council discussion? Please vote. Mr. Mumgard will abstain.
7 yeas, 0 nays, 1 abstention by Mumgard.
Motion passes. And then just as a reminder, at the last council meeting, the 3 others from the community were appointed to that, so that is now a committee of 7 that's filled. You'll be reached out to for the first meeting, probably middle of July, so be looking for that committee to meet. Item F10, Resolution R180114. This is a public hearing and a vote. A resolution to approve a special use permit to allow automotive rental and sales as an accessory use on the property legally described as lots 19 and 20, Sarpy 84 Commercial Park, generally located at 1214 North Monroe Street. The applicants are Julie Mabin-Durrill and John Isbiller. I always mess up his name. Sorry, Julie. This is a public hearing. I'll open the public hearing. Do we have any proponents? And the applicant is here. I don't know if you wanted to say anything else, but do want to recognize that you're here. Are there any other proponents? Are there any opponents? I'll close the public hearing. Is there a motion to approve Resolution R18-0114? Motion by Councilman Stubbe, second by Councilman Jaworski. Any council discussion? Any questions of the applicant? Please vote.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. Thank you. Item F11, Resolution R18-0119, a resolution to approve an agreement with Memran Event Management for the Race Omaha Triathlon to be held in Sarpy County. Is there a motion to approve Resolution R18-0119? Motion by Councilwoman Klug. Second by Councilman Gaines. Are there any proponents? And I'll acknowledge the applicant is here. Any other proponents? Are there any opponents? Any council discussion? Please vote.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. Thank you very much. That's all the regular agenda items, and I don't believe any committees have met in the last couple of weeks. Are there any comments from the floor? No comments from the floor. Any council comments? Don't see any. Just a couple of things from the last couple of weeks. Ms. Myers mentioned that we did have the budget kickoff meeting. The staff's working through that. And do please sign up for the dates for the start the council discussions related to that. Ms. Myers and I also had a very good meeting with Mayor Roseland and City Administrator Kathleen Gotch from Springfield. Just keep conversations going as the cities start growing together, just areas of cooperation, good lines of communication, and especially are there any opportunities for interlocal agreements? We've got a lot of them with La Vista for cooperative efforts. We've got some with Bellevue, and we've had some with Gretna, so we just want to make sure Springfield's aware that those opportunities are there as they grow, that if we've got resources available and we've got time available, we'd be open to interlocal agreements. So really good discussion with Springfield. Also, thank you for everybody showing up. We had the ribbon cutting for the pedestrian bridge. Big attendance for that. Again, Papillion Days. Thank you to the Community Foundation. Thank you to all the staff for pulling that off again, 71st Papillion Days. And then Ms. Myers and I also had a meeting with Mr. Reimer and Laura in regards to Prairie Queen and how that's going, and how we can keep moving forward on that project. A very good cooperation there. And then we had the ribbon cutting today for Green Street Cycles downtown, another business downtown that came in. And the nice thing is with that one coming in, a historical structure was actually saved because they did buy the old theater, the Papio Creek Church, and move their business in. So that business owns the building. So that's a great statement for downtown. So really thank you and support them as well. Any other council comments? Is there a motion to adjourn? Motion by Councilman Glover, second by Councilman Gaines. Please vote.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
We are adjourned.